Hello everyone, welcome to Fat 50 and Running a Marathon. This is the Thick or Thin Thursday video for the 16th of June 2022. I've been thinking a lot about something that an accountant once told me. He said, success is great, but it's really not much of a teacher. And I kind of get that because there's a lot to be learned from failure, but there's not a whole lot to be learned from success. However, I decided since I had a kind of successful week in terms of following through to my obligations, getting up when I was supposed to, doing yoga, all these things that I said I was going to do, I have done. And so I started thinking about that. I started thinking about how success isn't much of a teacher. And I said, okay, it may not be much of a teacher, but there's got to be something to be learned from this. And what I learned from this week of success is that I'm actually very good at making promises to other people, but I'm not very good at making promises to myself. My assessment of this week basically has been that it's been successful enough. You would have thought that I promised someone else that I would do these things: drink my celery juice in the morning, go walking, get up at 5 o'clock, do yoga 3 times a week. All these things that I promised myself I would do, I've actually done. And I noted what I particularly note is that I've done it with the ferocity that I would normally approach someone else's, a commitment to someone else. If you're anything like me, when you make a commitment to someone else, you tell someone else you're going to do something, you give somebody else your word. For me, myself, I move heaven and earth to make sure that I follow through on that commitment. However, if I make a commitment to myself and say, okay, self, this is what we're going to do, I'm not very committed to that. Somehow I have absolutely zero problem just flat out lying to myself and not doing what I told myself I would do. That's what makes this week kind of extraordinary, is that I've followed through with everything just as though I'd promised it to someone else. Well, I've decided that I think, hell, this video, for example, sorry, I'm outside and there's flies, but, ugh, man, go away. But this whole video series was a matter of me committing to someone else that I would report how I was doing every week. This really is a statement of how much little faith I have in committing to myself. Like I said, these videos are exactly a case of me telling other people I will do this for you, and therefore holding true to it. So I'm kind of proud of myself for following through with this promise that I made to myself, but at the same time, I've got to wonder, at least to some degree, why I habitually let myself down. I didn't this time, but why do I in the past? Man, this fly just won't leave me the hell alone. Anyway, guys, so that's what it really boils down to, and I'd really like to get a discussion going on that. I get the feeling that this is not a very rare thing. I get the feeling that lots and lots of us out there are very good about following through on commitments and promises made to other people, but not so great on following through on promises and commitments made to ourselves. But, weigh in, let me know what you think, tell me about that, and tell me if you are, or if you have been like that and you've gotten better about following through with promises that you've made to yourself. Let's hear how you did that, because honestly, I'm not even entirely sure how I did it this week, but I'm just trying to ride the wave. Well, guys, I thank you for watching, and remember, only by taking care of ourselves first are we capable of taking care of others. Topher.